Hello YouTube, this is Team Avengers member Tim. Today we're going to show you the deck profile for Hero Beat for the upcoming YCS Philadelphia, ran by our very own member Kokeb. Our lineup today is going to show the monster lineup, followed by spells, traps, the extra deck, and the side. Alright, let's get started.
Alright, so you have Stratos and your 3 alias, just your main hero lineup. 2 Thunder King, 1 Chevalier, another Gemini Spark target, and gives you main deck access to Nova Master. Searchable by reinforcement of the army. 2 Effect Veiler. It's a much better card now that priority's gone, and almost every deck should be maining at least 2 of these. It's such a great card. Honest. It's a great hand trap. Basically, for example, a lot of people have trouble getting over Thunder King sometimes. So if they try and beat it down, you can Honest, and it just works out great. And my own tech, 1 Snowman Eater. This card surprises people in the main deck. It just works great, and it's also gives me main deck access to Absolute Zero. Now for the spells. 3 Pot of Duality. Just gives you consistency. 3 Miracle Fusion. It's an amazing card. Should be run at 3 in the main deck. Brings out all of your big hero monsters. Great late game. 3 Gemini Spark. The ability to destroy any card and draw another card in place of it is amazing. And it's chainable too. 2 E-Call. I only run 4 heroes, so 3 E-Call would end up being dead, and you want this deck to be as consistent as you possibly can. So in place of the 3rd E-Call, I use 1 Rhoda. And I usually end up using this card for Chevalier, so I can get him in the graveyard for Nova Master. 1 Book of Moon, just a staple. Then Moss Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, just standard. Now for the traps. 2 Skill Drain. This card's amazing in this meta. It just takes down, no effects can be activated. It just, you know what it does, like it's just so great. 2 Warning. A lot of players don't like this card anymore, but it's still, I feel like it's still needed. It disrupts so many plays, even though you pay a cost, but the cost sometimes doesn't make a big difference. 2 Torrential. Prevents people from overextending on the field. It just controls the game a lot better. 2 Hero Blast. Lets you reuse your aliases, destroy monsters on your opponent's side of the field. The chainability of this card is great. And also, some people don't know, you can still activate this card if there's no monster on your opponent's side of the field that you can tribute, that you can destroy. If they have a monster of more than 1900 attack or whatever, you can, or if they have no monster at all, you can still activate this card to get an alias back to your hand. So it's basically, as long as you have the alias in the graveyard, you can use it at any time. 2 Bottomless. Still feel like this is a staple, especially against Dino Rabbit. It's amazing. Just generic monster removal. 1 Mirror Force. 1 Deep Prison. And 1 Starlight Road. Now for the extra deck. Your boss monster, 3 Shining. It's just amazing. It lets you recycle your heroes. If you use Miracle Fusion, it can be at the lowest attack it'll have is 3200, which is huge in this meta. It's just amazing. 2 Nova Master. The ability to draw a card when you destroy an opponent's monster gives you more card advantage, and it can basically win you the game. And 2600 attack is pretty good. 2 Absolute Zero. The only way I can make this is by using my Snowman Eater that I side, or by using Super Poly. This card is still great. It's basically a Raigeki for the field. If you're in a tight spot, you can just Miracle Fusion for it, and just it makes your opponent think more carefully about what plays to make. 1 Great Tornado. It halves all monsters' attacks. Like this card, I make this card sometimes, and whenever I get it out, it works great. 1 Vision Hero Dorshin. Now this is in here just for the mirror match. because this card, you just have to use 2 heroes for this card. So if I'm facing mirror match, my opponent has, like, let's say an Alias and a Stratos on the field, I can super poly both of them to make him. So and just basically being able to use any 2 heroes makes this card great. One Gaia, he's not that great, but you still need him for diversity. One Stardust for Starlight Road. Utopia Ray. Blade Armor Ninja, just an amazing card. It can take down your opponent in one shot if they have low enough life points. Just amazing. And then one Roach. This will end up working great against Chaos Dragons. Just any deck that can special summon a lot. If you can get it out, it's just a great card. And now for one of the most important parts of the deck, the side deck. I side one extra Snowman Eater, so I have one in the main, one on the side. This is mainly against the Mirror Match, which would be, this is great against Mirror Match, and Dino Rabbit. 2 Fossil Dino. Just especially against Chaos Dragon, this is what this is mainly in here for. 2 DD Crow for Dark World and Insectors. 2 Super Poly. It's in the side for now because if you keep it in the main, it won't be consistent and it will usually be dead against dark decks like Insectors or Dark Worlds. But when the new Dark Eye comes out, these 2 cards will definitely be in the main.
Esquiargo?
Yes, that's what it's called. And this is basically sided against the Mirror Match, against Dino Rabbit, against Heretics, just anything except Dark, pretty much. Now this card, not many people know what this card does. This spell card is called Soul Taker, and basically you destroy 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field, and then they gain 1,000 life points. Now some of you might be thinking, what makes that card so great? Well, it's used basically against heroes and against Chaos Dragons. So for example, with Shining, when Shining dies and is sent to the graveyard, you get to add 2 moved heroes back to your hand. But with Soul Taker, because the second sentence says that you gain 1,000 life points, that causes Shining to miss timing and you don't get Shining's effect. And against Chaos Dragons with Light Pulsar, it's the same thing. Light Pulsar can't bring out the Red Eyes, and it's just an amazing card. You need to use that against those decks. I feel like this card it's under the radar, but a lot of people are going to be using this also. I also use 1 Smashing Ground. This is in place for another Soul Taker since I only have 1 right now. 2 MST, just need it for back row removal. Just a great card in general.
Counter sides against heroes run heavy traps. Everyone knows that. So Roll Decree.
Yeah, you need this card for Roll Decree. 2 Chain Disappearance, mainly here for Insectors. Get rid of the Dragonfighter, Hornets, whatever. If this card goes off, you pretty much will end up winning. And lastly, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror for the Dark World and Insector matchup. Alright, that's it, YouTube. Thanks for everything. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, comment, like the videos. Alright, thanks, YouTube.
Broken Alligator Sword Dragon. Compliments of Andrew. And then Ed. And Derek. And followed by Kokeb.
Alright, see you guys.
Alright, YouTube. Have a good night. Look forward to post-YCS discussion, and we'll see you in a few. Bye-bye.